Yo, Deb. What's going on? I was just doing some dishes and forgot I went live. I started it live and then went to go do some dishes. I'm also watching a little bit of Mama T. I think they're talking about Ernie. It's the old Tweed tea time. Some herbal tea. Can you hear the fire okay or no? I don't know. I guess he wrecked a van or something that he was driving. From what they were saying, Ernie Shell is Colonel Flag from MASH. He will actually hurt himself to make it look like someone else hurt himself. Debbie, did you ever hear or did you ever watch MASH when you were younger? In MASH, there was a Colonel Flag. He would break his own arms, smash his head into windows. He would do whatever so he can spy on Hawkeye and BJ and the rest of the platoon, right? He would do anything. Literally, he'd run himself over. He'd blow himself up. He'd shoot himself in the foot just so he can stay in the hospital, so he could spy, right? Because he was sent from Bragg or whatever to find out what the problem was in the MASH unit. God, it's like burning brain cells. Yeah, it's like burning brain cells and doobies all day. It's like burning brain cells. Oh, you did watch MASH with your grandpa? Oh, MASH was a great episode or great Oh, with your grandma you watched it? It's almost like I feel sick if I have to hear him talk. Oh, he's become great. If we do another MASH thing, we got to get him to do Colonel Flag, right? Because he is Colonel Flag. I was just listening to Mama T and Mama Biggs or whatever her name is over there, and Ernie stabbed himself in the head with a fork and blamed someone else. And the video came out, and you can actually see him stab himself in the head with a fork. And they're over there talking about it. I'm laughing my butt off. She's like, the son of a gun. He stabbed himself with a fork. He stabbed himself with a fork. Debbie said, what did I miss? I think they were talking about he wrecked a van or something like that, or I don't know if it was his work van or whatever. Didn't he just get a job and he was driving a van? Ah, bum, 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 bum. No, he's not running on the highway or anything. They were talking about he wrecked a van or something, whether it's the new work van he got or whatever. Didn't he get fired or something? He said so. He might have got fired because he did something to the van. Or, I'm not sure. He is live, is he? In the highway? No, you got to be kidding me, Debbie. Post it in chat so I can see. Let me see if I see it on my Bible prayer, JLR, yada yada. I don't see him. I'm not seeing him anywhere. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. Is he running in the highway? He's on a highway run. Oh shit! You gotta be kidding me. Is he in a van or is he on the run? Oh, he ain't on the highway, is it? Well, he's in North Carolina. It's by you, Debbie. Lock the door, girl. No, he ain't on the highway. He's probably in Indiana. He probably come all the way on up here. He said he was in Michigan. Who knows where he's at? Only the showman knows. I might interview him, Debbie. What do you think? If he's in Michigan, I'll go in his chat and tell him, hey, stop in Indiana and I'll interview him in my white chair that I got. And I'll turn the lights down low so you can't see his face. And then I'll interview him. Mr. Shell, is it true you stabbed yourself in the head with a fork and blamed someone else? I mean, come on. This guy, I'm telling you, if we redo MASH, which is very possible that we could redo MASH, the TV series, Ernie Shell would make a great Colonel Flag. Right? And Flag was the nut one. He was the one, he'd break his own arm, right? Right? There's nothing wrong with you, Colonel Flag. You can leave. And he'd walk over by the x-ray machine and put his arm underneath the x-ray machine and then ram the x-ray machine down and bam, break his arm. Ah! And they'd be looking at him going, what is wrong with you? And he'd have to end up staying in the hospital because he'd have a broken arm or something. Half of America never heard of the Korean War. They don't even know about it. You ask them, it's just sad. I'm telling you, the devil came collecting. The devil came to America collecting and stole these people's minds. You're right, though, Kel. Half of these people don't even know what MASH is, and they probably don't even know what the Korean War was. My grandfather fought in the Korean War. Was it my grandfather? No, my uncle. Oh, wait, it was my grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather did fight in the Korean War. They're all, Kel says they're all, where's Korea? Yeah. Well, people don't, they just, you know what, I can't blame these people. You know why? Because they're living their lives. They don't want, they don't want to know about stuff like that. They don't care about stuff like that. Right? They didn't grow up around it. Some of these people grew up and didn't have anybody that went into the military or fought or anything. Thank God uh, that they didn't have to have a family member go and fight a war or whatever. But they don't want the madness. And every year 9/11 over and over. How many years has it been now? Every 9/11, what's all over the YouTube and everything? 9/11. Remember, right? Yeah. Gee, thanks. I was having a good day, but now you remind me of that. But there's certain things where they just continue to. It's just, and these people broke away. It's almost like the Egyptians when we broke away from the pyramids. But there was actually people that stayed and lived at the pyramids still. And people are shocked about that. Well, what do you mean? Well, we left and advanced. We went forward. But there was actually people that continued to live in the pyramids and do the old way, carve and everything. Right? It's like the jungles. There are actually tribes that have never seen a white man still on this earth, and tribes in the jungles that have never changed. They've always been there, and they know nothing of airplanes, white people, anything. It's like they're stuck in olden days. Why? Well, because people left the jungles and they advanced, but certain people stayed and continued the old until this day in the Amazon jungles or whatever. There's reports that there's tribes out there that never have seen civilization or other people. They actually eat humans and anything, really. Uh, they eat their own kind or whatever, and it's crazy. But it makes sense. Some stayed, and we went in advance. We went forward, and they still can't figure it out today. Uh, how did that stuff get on them walls of flying airplanes? And let me tell you why. Because they stayed, and we went forward, and it wasn't that much far or after that. Uh, you know that we started advancing, uh, and life went on around them, and they stayed, and then we flew a plane over the pyramids, and they were all like, "My God, it's the sun gods! Oh my God!" And they carved it right in the little flying saucers and airplanes and spacemen, and that's just my theory, right? We broke away, went forward, and some stayed behind and didn't evolve. Let me see. It's that they owed for the culture to make no advancements. Yeah. I wonder why the Native Americans were so far behind the explorers that found America. Because the, the Native Americans, we weren't looking for anything. We didn't care. So they didn't care. They weren't into exploring and conquering countries. Uh, right? It was other countries that advanced and then came to America and conquered America, right? But and the Indians continue to live on, like you're saying, Kel, the old way, the Native American way. And people are like, well, why didn't it? Well, because the Native Americans weren't looking for nothing. They were happy with what they had. They didn't care what was on the other side of the world. They cared about what their land, their property, their people. And that's shocking because there was some societies out there, or creeds, or whatever you want to call it, um, that didn't really care, right? Their brains were used for other things. Way what way was Africa so far behind Europeans? Well, at one time Africa was, Kel. At one time, uh, Africa was part of the Persians and the most powerful powerhouse on the earth, depending on what time, what AD, whenever that happened. But at one time, Africa was a powerhouse. They were part of the Persian army that just conquered everything. But those are Arab, not black. At that time, they all were part of it. Count. This was way, way back. This was way, 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 way back. Right? This was way back. Yeah. I mean, other countries were powerhouses and leaders of the world. It just wasn't like America was popped up and was always the greatest country and the powerhouse it was. Back when the we America wasn't crap. It wasn't a powerhouse back when the pilgrims came and discovered it. It was nothing. And it still wasn't nothing when it was created. It just didn't create and say, here, boom, we're a powerhouse. They, they weren't. It was a country that was just beginning or discovered. It was always there, but it was discovered from a different race other than the Native Americans. And and what did they rely on? It wasn't even American. They were from another country, right? They were from another country. Everyone, some people can't fathom it, right? They brought soldiers from they brought people from their country. Once they came and discovered and took America or whatever, they brought people from their countries here. And even then, it wasn't a powerhouse. It was considered part of their group. See, I will be called racist if I say it's true. Honestly, no. What are you going to be called racist about? This is all stuff these people should have learned in school. But I keep forgetting they don't teach history like they used to. This is all stuff you can learn from watching YouTube. Right? The Persian army was many countries. It was a huge, huge, huge thing. It was a dominant world thing. People are saying Americans pulled up on their Africa's shores and just took black people. That's a lie. At that time, they were the powerhouse of the world. Africa was part of the Persian nation of many countries. I mean, pilgrims just didn't go there and take stuff from them. They weren't. They were a huge thing back then. They dealt with many countries. They belonged to many things, and it was their own. It was their own leader that sold them. And you know what's crazy? These people don't even know in American that white men were traded for black slaves. There was white slaves. I know you people can't understand it. Why? Because you weren't taught it. But the truth is there was actually white slaves that were traded. Oh yeah, China was a big banger. China back in the day was a big baller, shot caller. People don't understand that. Back in the day, China was a ball buster. Japan, all them countries, they were powerhouses. Yeah, Cal, you're right. Most countries have their own race. Their own people were slaves. I didn't get no money. I didn't get no money. Yeah, if you look at it, it's like a cycle, right? If America thinks it's going to be the superpower for eternity, it's stupid to think that. And it costs money to be the superpower. And and eventually you're going to have to say, are we going to be a superpower or are we going to sacrifice 400 million people, our own people? Because that's what it's coming down to. right? It's great. We were powerhouses. But hey, let someone else be a powerhouse, right? Let them control everything. We'll sit back. We're still the baddest around there if it came to war. But, you know, you have to, you have to, you have to take in consideration, right? Are you going to become the devil and you're going to let greed take over and you're going to lose your population and your country, or are you going to say enough's enough? Uh, we're going to take a break from this power thing. You guys blow all your ammo and money and everything, and you supply these countries with your ammo and your stuff, and we'll concentrate on trying to save our country because it's on its way down because we fed to the other countries and paid billions, a quadrillion, triple quadrillions to save your countries, and now we can't do it no more. It's like a mother and father, or it's like anything, right? We just can't do it no more. You got to move out, right? You're 52 years old. Move out of the house, or it's something like that. A business going down, and they got 100 people, uh, and either you're going to close the doors or you're going to fire some people and try and stay up and going as long as you can. And it's crazy. Russia and Eastern Europe may well be white men's last stand. I don't know. I can't believe it. All this time on Earth, and man has not figured out that we kill ourselves. I don't even think the Lord has to do anything. We just we kill ourselves out. Greed, pride. Only the strong survives. There ain't nobody. Everybody is. The devil's out. The devil probably don't have to do anything because look at man has become like an animal. Right? Only the strong survive. When God gave us brains smarter than animals, and they haven't figured out how to, keep peace and work as a team and a unit. Hell, we could have lived until 200 years. Yeah, I'm here to tell you that yes, the technology was hidden. The answer is in the blood, and yeah, you could live 200 years, but me just telling you that would get me killed. Ain't it funny how all of a sudden, they're saying we're not overpopulated. We got plenty of land we could build on. There's plenty of room. And then in the same breath, they're saying we're overpopulated. It comes in waves, in cycles. We might go another 50, 100 years and repopulate, and then some powerful leader will say we're too overpopulated, thus for initiating uh, population control. And whether you got to wipe people out because you're just overpopulated and you can't sustain all these people. What happened back in the olden days, they would kill people off. It's too overpopulated, it's causing too much disease. We can't sustain food for all these people, so we got to dwindle the herd. And that's what they did. With the next generation, there will be a mass migrants of people out of the Southwest. There will be no water. Ah, the rich will go to Mars. I think Debbie said she's going to go. Debbie said, Nanu, Nanu. Nanu, Nanu. Well, you know, if they would start using their heads, uh, and the technology that was hidden from people, and actual paperwork, you know, scientists that spent a lot of money doing studies, yes, life can be regenerated, prolonged, longer than you would think. But for some reason, Satan or somebody won't let them do it. Maybe God or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it is the deep state that just refuses to heal. It's that old saying: "There's no money in healing people. There's money in people being sick." Nanu nanu, Debbie. Nanu nanu. I said nanu nanu. Prolonging life, Debbie. We're talking about prolonging life right now. Social studies and history and stuff. Warlock witches and demons. No, not yet. That comes though here pretty soon. That comes pretty soon. That comes about the time of the pyramids and everything, right? That's when the pharaohs had their, and then you had King Arthur, the witches, and all that stuff. And he had a sorcerer or something, Merlin or something like that. We're getting to that point in the story. So. Lions and tigers and bears. Debbie says social studies. Ugh. No, I'm not no demon. I feel like they put a demon in me, but I don't think I'm any cult saying we're demons and angels. I'm just a human. That's all. I survived death a couple times, and that's it. I'm not, it's God that's anything. I'm nothing. Now, whether God uses me or whatever, if I'm here only because of God, then that's what it is. But I ain't nothing. The Ninja Pinta and Santa Maria. I don't know. That might be some Buddha stuff. Yeah, I'm just a human. I was created in the image of God. He was human at one point. I think Jesus was in the flesh. You know, I'm shocked because sometimes I learn stuff, but then sometimes it just disappears out of my brain because of my disability. And then I have to learn it again. Some things never go. These are things that interest you a lot. They stay in your brain, right? But other things that sort of interest you and you want to know more about or whatever leave your brain. It's almost like a built-in computer. It'll store only what you really want to store, or you were programmed to like or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Now I don't know if that might be the devil. You know, and what upsets me is people get mad at me, right? They get mad because I say this stuff and everything. It could be the devil. It could be a demon. It could be an alien. And it's this thing is inside these people. It's inside these kids. and it's making them do things they shouldn't be doing, right? And then you open up a whole can of worms if you dig into that, because then everybody says you're nuts, right? There are no demons, there are no monsters, there's none of this crap. There's no devil, there's no nothing. I mean, it just depends on what you believe. I can tell you what, with my own eyes, I've seen evil, madness, things that scare you. Like, oh my God, that's horrifying, right? The look on that guy's face was demonic. It was crazy. And you think, oh, well, did they slip some acid into something and we're seeing something, or is this thing actually trying to mutate, trying to become real in our time warp, our our world? Well, maybe. Well, I'm just an idiot. Thank you, Kalpa. I'm just an idiot. Like people say, you're pretty dang smart, dude. Well, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just a vessel for God. And some things that interest me stuck in my head when I went to high school. Right when I once I got YouTube and watched a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff I forgot. A lot of stuff I didn't have any interest for, or any need for it anymore, and it left my brain. Or the devil stole it. That's possible if you live and believe in the Bible, right? Them things I loved and cherished at one time, but now do not interest me that much. Why? Do I not have a need for it? Or did the devil steal that love, that interest from me? It might not even be me. I might be an alien. That's what some of these channels are saying. You might not even be human. I might not be. That would explain. Bodacious. Debbie, where did our Debbie go? She said Nanu Nanu. I wouldn't doubt it if the aliens took her. Debbie might have left when we started talking certain things or something. I don't know. She's out there somewhere, probably. Maybe she's chilling with Valdez. She might be watching stuff on the case. Oh, you had fun talking. Well, that's great. I got a bunch of stuff in my brain. It's remedy. I'm trying to get maybe something worked out where I can come up with these things, uh, and a inventor or contractor for government pays me. Oh, you're cleaning, huh? You're smoking a paracacus. Oh, wow. Debbie's cleaning and smoking on some paracacus macas, which is very good. Debbie, you were supposed to take some more footage of your plants today, so we can show them on the live today. Yeah. I might not even be alive, Count. I might be a spirit. Ah, yeah, I was feeling that. Well, I've been feeling that way for the past 3 days. I think they're sucking the energy out of us, Debbie. It could be. Like I said, depending on what you believe, I think they're sucking the energy out of us. That's what I think. That's you today. Well, I was watching that young kid today, a couple of his concerts. Well, he ain't a young kid. Well, he is a young kid. Young blood or whatever from London or whatever. No, they say he's rock and roll, but I don't think he's rock and roll, is he? I think he's more like grunge, right? But the kid's got talent. I'll tell you that much. The kid's got talent. The chicks love him. Miss Debbie, I spend hours on the phone trying to get some paperwork I need for court. Didn't get it. They couldn't even find my account. Good God, Kel, what happened, dude? Ah, I'm a grumpy old man. Nah, well, I probably am. Well, I'm not old. I'm only in my 50s. I'm not old, right? It's just like this thing they keep attacking me with is, it's like Debbie said, it drains you of all the energy. Uh, it almost like a spell or something. It's crazy, but I'm starting to believe it's true, probably. Or maybe if alien. Maybe it could be. Thus for Debbie saying nanu nanu. No, nobody loves. Oh, they found one. They found that big burial thing down there. Like three people's names in it that are familiar names, right? And they're not releasing anymore yet because they don't know who they are. Chicks love Hanson. Oh, the Hanson brothers. Do wop 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 do wop. A diddy bang doo doo boo boo wop. Boo 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 shooter. Didn't they sing a song like that? Real upbeat. They were kids. They sounded good. I'm not gonna. I mean, good. It was a number one hit back then. I mean, I'll give credit where credit's due. Right? They were young kids. Uh, they sounded good. Um, but that was a long time ago. Here comes Christopher. Hansons are very talented. Yeah, they're talented. I think they had that one number one thing where all the chicks loved it. The doo wop diddy doo doo diddy wop doo. That was one of their songs. I had no idea what a doo wop was at that time. But hey, I was singing. I don't care. Doo wop diddy diddy boo wop wop the girl. Tell me, baby, what a wop and a doo wop girl. I wasn't really into it, but they were kids. They had talent. And they made money. Good props, dude. Good dude props. But like I said, folks, depending on what you believe, uh, we've created a whole world to fight any war. Right? They're vampires. Okay, well, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get a hold of Belle Hemstein, and we'll take care of them vamp women and dudes. Right? Once we call Van Helmstein, your asses are over with. And if you really want to piss me off and bring it in, I'll call that one rock and roll band, right, from Germany, Rammstein, which is probably Van Helmstein's brothers or something. So we're going to stomp the shit out of these vampires. I can tell you that much. Witches and everything. Don't worry about it. They could call the Harry Potter, right? We ain't got no worries, witches and warlocks. We'll call Harry. Harry will come on down. We got this covered. We're ready for any kind of war. We're attacking with planes. We got a military with planes. We're not worried. Oh, Twilight series. Was that with the wolf? Right? It was one broad, two guys. They both wanted to bang her. She wasn't sure if she was going to bang any of them, but she was going to bang somebody. I seen that, right? The Twilight series, they were all vampires or something. Oh, one was a wolf and shit. German language sounds angry, even when you read it. You love the poems. Twilight. All the kids are going crazy. That's Twilight. Why? It's just about vampires, love, and sex. Right? I've been through it all. I've been through it. Who's Anne Rice? Oh, is she a Booker thing or something? Kelp said she would have went, or he would have with the wolf dude. She would have went with the wolf dude. Man, wasn't there like a vampire and then it was like a wolf dude? The two teenagers, they were kids or whatever. One was a vampire and let them suck his blood. The other one was a wolf man. Oh, and they were like, I'm gonna get this broad, and she's like, well, I'm not giving it out to anybody. This shit ain't cheap. I remember that whole thing. It was crazy. It was pretty crazy. But they turned everything into the naughty movies, right? Cinderella, Twilight, uh, all the movie. Debbie was, I remember watching this when I was a kid. I'm like, yeah, they took that and made it into a porn. What a slut she was. I don't know how they do it, but they did it. They did it. It's sick. You really think about this stuff. It's twisted. It's like, oh my God, I remember Winnie the Pooh when I was growing up the cartoon. Like, they made that into a porn. That bear was a horny son of a bitch. They make everything into porn. I mean, Debbie was, she was telling me she loves this movie, Phantaz, with this Jolene Olena or Olena Jolena. And I'm like, I don't want to tell her. Should I tell her? I'm like, they probably made that into a porn. And sure crap, they have. Like, holy crap. She's not even a good actress. She was blah blah and John or Joan Jett in the Runaway movie. Lord, I love Ricky Schroeder. Had his picture all over my walls. I had a crush on Farrah Fawcett. I had a crush on Justine Bateman. I had a crush on Jodie Foster, uh, Charlie's Angel. You name it. You name it. At that time, if you were a straight teenage boy, uh, life was good. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Life was real good. Right? Benny Hill, half the broads were running around naked. John Stamos. I'm pretty still upset at him. He beat me out and being the Beach Boys. And that could have been me. Oh yeah, Farrah Fawcett. Sophia Loren. Oh man. Hey, who was that chick that played Batwoman? Or no, Catwoman. Oh, who was that little lady? She was the first Catwoman, I think, or whatever. Oh my God. I'll tell you what, when the Lord made some of these women, he really overdid himself. Holy Mother of all beautiful women. Yeah, she was the white one. There was a couple of them. There was a an African American one. She was pretty hot too. Didn't she have like an accent or something? Right. But then there was that one. She was white. She was like the first one or something. And she came out with that leather suit, and I was like, this is gonna be a great night. But of course, at that time, I was just a young, strapping teenager, right? Young teenage boy, just figuring out what that woman looks nice. And I always question myself, right? Was there something wrong with me at 13, 14, where these cartoons I watched all of a sudden, 13, 14, 15, I'm looking at going, oh my God, this Catwoman chick is something is wrong with me. Just something is happening. I mean, you always have to, look, you question yourself, right? Was I meant? Am I supposed to do that? Was I supposed to think that way at that age? 20 canteen, O.J. Simpson's. She wasn't. Oh, Kelly LeBronc was hot. 20 contain. Yeah, she was this. Wasn't she the White Snake girl? I think she looked better when she was younger. Though. She was in that White Snake video, I think, where she was on top of the hood, sprawled out. I mean, she looked good, but I think she looked better when she was younger. Michael Jackson and Prince. No, I didn't. I didn't have no posters of them. You? Oh, you probably did, yeah. Oh, you remember the Munsters, right? Herman's wife. Oh my god. Oh my god. Remember that? Oh god. Oh, yeah. There was so many, right? If you were a straight man or teenager, I mean, growing up, you had crushes on all these women. Ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I got a lot of things in my head I want to get out. A lot of inventions, a lot of things I want to do with my hands. Uh, I'm just going to take it 1 year at a time. A lot of movie ideas. Want to get trying to get back into music, trying to get healthy again. Doing my best, but I'm telling you, these people are laying down some evil stuff on me. Curses, spells, root spells, you name it. Trying to switch lives with me and all kinds of stuff. It's just crazy. Attack, they're possessing our families. They're possessing our children. It's unreal. Our brothers, our sisters, laws, business, big business, people being pushed aside. It's crazy. Religions that are not religions. That's a cult, a killing machine. It's, you know, we're sleight of hand. We're like cattle being led to the slaughter. It's just, we have to be safe. We have to be safe. Spot. Debbie's asking what it was. The dragon underneath the staircase in the monsters spot. Blue flames out there. Well, it's a peaceful night. A lot of people, I really can't be myself. I can't explain my things in my head or whatever. I can't, you know, I'm under lock and key myself. So, yeah, sometimes I have good days and I'm pretty smart. Sometimes or some days I have bad days and I don't want to do anything, but I take each day at a time. When you have a disability or anything like that, you take one day at a time. A lot of people don't even want to hear what you want to talk about. A lot of people don't even want to spend time with you, right? But I understand that, right? Everybody needs a break, right? And if you grow up with other people in your family that have disabilities, and some might have disabilities worse than you, it plays a toll on a family, and a lot of people can't understand it. People with disabilities or mental problems, some families can't fathom it because they've never experienced it or had somebody in a family that was disabled or mentally ill from a war or born that way or whatever. They don't know what you're talking about because they've never experienced it or gone through it. So, yeah, this is all crazy stuff. I got a lot of stuff in my head. Always have. I've always kept it in, though, right? I mean, I talk, and that's about it, right? I don't really open my brain and let people see what's really inside. It might scare them. It might scare me. Yeah. And that's probably why we have a lot of families in America and a lot of people that cannot handle high stress situations or they can't deal with it. They don't know how to. Why? Is because they were never grown up around it. So when that high pressure comes, they can't fathom it. They can't deal with it. Right? Some people are good at handling things under pressure. Some not. They can't handle it. And do I blame them for it? No, because they've never experienced it. They've never gone through violence. They've never gone through not being able to understand somebody that might have a disability, or you have to take care of somebody, or you had somebody in the war that is going through something, or disabled from the war, or mentally, or whatever, and seeing this or whatever, they crack. That's pretty crazy. I'm the crazy one. Couch said, "Get the." I heard this once. Get better or die. Like people can only take so much of something. Being sick. I think that is true for many people. If that's true, then I best die soon. I will be a burden. No, quit thinking that way. Quit thinking that way. that's the case. We're all burdens. People are not burdens. It's the the disability that's a burden to them and to others. It's the situation that is the burden, right? But that burden is put down on a human, and then a human has to be a burden. When really, depending on how you think, if it's like God Almighty in the Bible, it's demonic demons in them. If not, and you believe in science and doctors and reality or whatever you guys call it, well, then it's a sickness, right? And that sickness has become a burden on that person and the people around them, right? It's become a burden on me. I have a disability, but my disability also has become a burden on other people. And if they don't like it, oh well, then you don't have to. But I love life, and I'm sticking around as long as I can. And Kelt, you stop thinking that way because that's just senseless. You have a whole life to live. Debbie left us again. How about that split too? They're all gone. Yeah, well, each their own. People got lives to live. You can't please everybody. Sometimes you can't even please yourself. But I choose to keep going. The fire looks real good tonight. The camera looks like it's pretty focused in. Oh, you're needed. You just don't see it. Your purpose hasn't been served yet. You're in the prime of your life. You've only just begun to shine. Ah, you love life too. I know. Let's keep going. Just to piss other people off. I was telling Debbie the other day I got some Funyuns, but they're sour cream and onion Funyuns, and they don't taste too bad. right. What time is it? I don't know. I think we're all under a spell, Kel. Oh, there's Debbie. She's back. She's been busy. Uh-oh. Little Sophie's up. Uh, uh. Next time I watch her, I'm going to have to make sure they bring her blanket. I think I got an old blanket somewhere around here. Because I got the air conditioner on. I wonder if she's chilly. I mean, dogs don't get chilly, do they? They don't. They have a different system than us and all that. Lazy to do. Oh, that's all right, then. I'm like that every day. I think somebody's probably sucking her energy out, Debbie. One of these vampire energy vampires. And we must find these people like Elon said. He got on stage with his chainsaw. He's like, they're vampires. No. Yes. No. Yes. And then he started the chainsaw. It's like, you gotta be kidding. And they're energy vampires. Debbie, or a tiny blanket. Maybe a towel. Oh, they do get faster in coat. That's where I thought she runs around everywhere. All right, let me get something. Let me see what I can find around here. Cover her up. I mean, the air conditioner ain't blowing right on her, so. All right. All right. Hold on a minute. Let me find something. I'll be right back. All right, I've got something. Put it over. Yeah, I never thought of that. I just thought she's a dog. Her body adjusts to heat, cold. Not unless they're in like below zero water or soaking wet or whatever, or in 120-degree weather. But you know what? I've solved the problem. It's no longer a burden. Ah, hello, I'm back. Oh, happy birthday. What is it, your birthday today? Or your... I seen you on as I was flipping through all the YouTube channels. I seen you were live. Yes, and she has a new out. She might be chilly. All right, Deb. I got her a little tiny like blanket or towel or whatever. Like fold it a couple times and put it over, so she should be pretty good. I'm thinking she should be good. Oh, it was your aunt's party. I was flipping through YouTube. I seen that you were live today. Kel says like a baby, they get hot and cold faster than us. How is California? Back? They have tornado out there or earthquake? Hunker down because there's earthquakes everywhere. It's so peaceful with the fire, right? So nice, so peaceful. Can you guys hear the fire? You know, I don't think. Oh, you know what was another one that I had a crush on when I was growing up? Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH. And also that Partridge Family chick that was in the Partridge Family. Not the mother, the sister, Lori, the older one. Lori. I had a crush on her too. I had a crush on her too. Oh, there was a couple more too that were when I was growing up. Yeah. Monsters. Who else? Wasn't there another one? There was another, not the Partridge Family. The Brady Bunch. Marcia. Who didn't have a crush on Marcia when you were growing up? No, I didn't do it purposely. I was just thinking of women I thought were sexy when I was growing up, when I was in my teens. What's Debbie say? Eric Estrada from Chips. Ponch. Poncherella. No, the women went crazy over him. But the chick that was on Chips, she was hot, right? That came back full circle right there, Kel. Right? Debbie went ahead and said Eric Estrada from Chips. And then I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, but that chick that was also a cop, she was hot. She was hot, blonde hair or whatever, and she was smoking hot. I thought Chris from Northern Exposure was hot. Still feel that way. I don't know, who is he? Northern Exposure. I don't know. I don't think I ever watched it. I'll have to check and see what you're talking about. But were there any hot chicks on there? Were there any hot chicks on there? Yeah, that was Heather Locklear. She was smoking too. I had a crush on her. I had a crush on Heather Locklear. You, Pamela Anderson. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there were some good ones there. Baby. You're so crazy. Yeah. All right, what time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I cannot believe the time went by so fast. I'm telling you, I feel like either an alien abducted me or somebody was sucking the life out of me. For the past 3, 4 days, I just, like Debbie was saying, she just felt like out of energy and lazy. That's how I was feeling. That's how I was feeling too. Maybe it is some kind of a spell or something, or alien or curse or something, witchery, sorcery, whatever it is. Davy Jones. That was the monkeys. That was the monkeys. They didn't have any real hot chicks on the monkeys. I mean, I watched it when I was a kid, the monkeys. But then I saw her face. Bam, bam, bam. I'm a believer. Without a trace. Bam, bam, bam. No doubt in my mind. Bam, bam. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her without you. Bam, 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 bam. Will Robinson, ooh, the chick from Will Robinson from Space. What was that one when I was growing up? The space movie? Warning, Will Robinson, warning. They had a hot chick in there too. Last train to the car. And I'll meet you at the station. You can be there by 4:30. And you need a moment. And I don't know. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Ah, Debbie, I'm not your stepping stone. No, 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 no. Not your stepping stone. Oh, they had some great tunes, right? But for many years, people were saying they were faking. They didn't really play music, but they really did, right? Mickey, right? Mike, Peter, Davey. Yeah, I love it. Turn it into a harder song. Yeah, heavy metal. I'm not your stepping stone. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, 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 gang. I'm not your stepping stone. One of your favorite songs, Debbie? Nah, Mickey was great too. Mickey was the funny one too. Uh, the drummer, dumber than a doornail, but funny. Typical drummer. Yeah, I watched that. The Monkeys. They had the cool car, and they had chicks on there, but they just weren't all the time, right? Gilligan's Island, right? Them were two hot chicks there. I had a crush on both of them. Well, yeah, because they were like the Beatles, right, Debbie? But they were the American Beatles, right? The Monkeys were. They also did what the Beatles did, where the girls were chasing them at a hard day's night, right? That was like a spin-off from the Beatles, right? I wonder if they had in that because of the dumb drummer stereotype. Debbie says Gilligan was sexy as crap. Gilligan, you seem more like a captain woman, big burly captain. Was that the guy that played in or was he the English dude or whatever? All right, I'm starting to get tired. How about you, ladies? What happened to what happened to Valdez? What happened to that dude? Where'd Beck go? Beck just came in, said hi, and left. Just leaves us, Dave and Kel, Deborah. Okay, good night, guys. Yes, have a good night. I want to thank you all for being here. We'll talk more in the future. Sleep good. Lock your doors and your windows. Be safe. Have a good night. God bless. All glory goes to God. Amen. Forgive us for our sins. Thank you for the daily bread. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Good night.